You're listening to the MKSOUL podcast, created for the lovers of love to inspire, intrigue, and provoke you to color outside the lines of love as you know it. Take what you will, and just leave what you won't. I'ma be here for you regardless. Take a breath, open your heart, and let me in. Episode 5, Sending Love and Care. Hello, darlings. Thank you for joining me for another episode of MKSOUL. I want you to know that I really appreciate this time that we spend together because you could be doing anything else and listening to any other podcast right now, but you're not. You're here with me. Today is a check-in, a sort of love and care calibration, if you will. We are a month of change into 2021, and well, things are still pretty tense, but that doesn't mean that we need to absorb it all. I remember as it got closer and closer to New Year's Eve last year, a lot of people were saying, "There'll be no new year, new me next year," or "I don't want to hear anybody say 2021 is going to be my year because we all said that for 2020 and look what happened." To be honest, that shit bummed me out. We've all been through some hellish times throughout our life. At some point in time, things were less than ideal, less than happy, less than promising, or just less than okay. But if you're listening to this right now, guess what? You got through it, didn't you? That's actually a rhetorical question. The only answer is yes. Even if you don't feel like your best self today, you still made it to today. And there's definitely something to be said about that. So I want to know honestly, how are you? How are you feeling right now in this moment? What are you feeling? Are you really okay? Because if not, it's okay to not be okay and to admit it. In fact, if you're not okay, I hope that you have the courage to admit it, and if not to someone else, then at least to yourself. There are countless numbers of things that can impact our mood in a day. So many things that can tip the scale in either direction. But fun fact, you have control over which way that scale gets tipped. The only thing that you have complete control over is yourself and how your heart, mind, and spirit process all of the information that they receive at any given time. Now, please understand, I'm not trying to oversimplify this to make it seem easy, because I truly know that sometimes it's really not. However, I am trying to simplify it enough to remind you that you've got options, choices, and power that you may or may not be utilizing at times when it would serve you best. So today, I care to share some things with you that have helped me when I've caught myself feeling down or less than the preferred happy frame of mind. First, I start with acknowledgement and understanding. I ask myself a bunch of questions to see if there's a specific reason or cause to how I'm feeling. And if there is, which sometimes, to be honest, there really isn't anything in particular, then at least I can target something specific to fix the problem or change the feeling. So some questions that I ask my inner self: what are you feeling? When did you start feeling like this? What happened just before the feeling began? Have you felt like this before? Do you feel like this often? How would you rather feel right now? Are you okay? Are you safe? Do you need help? Who could you call if you need some loving support? I generally find that by the time I get to the end of these questions, I feel less overwhelmed and more centered in the moment, if you will. So that's part of the mental process of recalibrating my emotions. Let me tell you a bit about the physical part. Physical touch is my primary love language, to both give and receive. So physically doing things play a huge part in shifting my mood into a positive state when I'm not feeling well. So in no particular order, here are some things that I do that I find helps me feel better when I'm sad or upset. Breathing. Deep breaths are a game changer for me. Giving your body more oxygen doesn't just help everything to operate better and get your blood flowing, but it can literally help you clear your thoughts and expel the negative energy out of your body. So I love to take a deep breath in and then exhale with an exasperated sigh while envisioning my breath taking the bad vibes with it. After a few of these, I start to vocalize my sighs and add a hum. It kind of sounds silly, but trust me with this one. That's the point, and it definitely works, at least for me. You can start with whatever tone comes out naturally, and with each breath, try to make the pitch higher and higher until you feel better or you can't continue because you're laughing. Another thing I do is what I call loving touches. Now this one is super personal, and you'll have to figure out what it feels like to you if you want to give it a try. But for me, I start by rubbing my hands together until my palms get warm, and then I literally start rubbing my hands all over my body, on my skin though. This works best on skin and not over your clothes. And then I just imagine the warmth of my palms is love. And as I feel the warmth transfer to different parts of my body, I pretend that I'm coating myself with love. I'm telling myself I love you with my own physical touch. I'm feeling the comfort and support hold and embrace me wherever I feel that I need it the most. This is a surefire way to make me feel calm quickly, and it's also become something that I just do all the time, even when I'm in good spirits. This next one, it's not so much physical, but it involves the voice, so it's also just one of my favorite things to do, and I call it listing happy crumbs. Now there's tons of little moments that happen to and around us that are instant serotonin boosters and that make our hearts smile without even realizing it. I call these happy crumbs because they're like little breadcrumbs of happiness scattered around our memory. It's easier for me to just do it to show you what I mean, but I'm gonna try my best to explain it. So happy crumbs are things that people do or things that we notice that we just like just because. An example would be, I love when people do a big stretch and they make that weird noise and they say, ooh, stretch after. So something that always helps to boost my mood is literally just listing a bunch of happy crumbs, and most of the time, by the third or the fourth one, I'm usually already smiling thinking about the things that I've listed. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend. Not to mention, it's also just a great way of being appreciative of the small things in life that help make up our bigger picture. I want to share with you some of my happy crumbs, and hopefully it'll inspire you to do the same the next time you need to boost your spirits. I love when people say, after they take a bite of food that they like. I love when people get so into a story that they start rambling and then end up telling 4 other side stories in the process. I love when the carbonation of pop tickles your nose and makes you do that little scrunch thing. I love when people hit their funny bone and then can't decide if they want to laugh or get mad at the fact that it's not actually funny hitting your funny bone. I love when you hug someone and they're still hugging you when you go to let go and you end up hugging longer. I love when people blow to cool down food that's not hot and then laugh at themselves when they realize. I love the cool feeling of turning a pillow over in the middle of the night. I love that you're smiling right now. And I love that now we're both smiling because you're still here listening to me list off some of the things that I love. So this episode is going to be a little shorter than normal because I really just wanted to check in with you guys and see how everything's doing. Before I let you go, regardless to what your mood is right now, I would love to leave you with some good energy. So if you're open to receiving it, take a couple minutes to pause whatever it is that you're doing, make yourself comfortable, and just focus on my voice for the next few minutes. I know that sometimes it may be difficult to focus on yourself, so we're going to do this together. First, take a nice deep breath and hold it for 1, 2, 3. And as you exhale, just make a sound. Any sound that comes out naturally. Take another deep breath and hold it for 1, 2, 3. And this time, make another sound as you exhale, but make it louder and a higher pitch. Okay, now take one last breath and hold it for 1, 2, 3, and exhale again with a louder and a more exaggerated sound. Now do me a favor and just drop your jaw, relax your shoulders, and just continue to breathe normally as you listen. Or if you feel so inclined, go ahead and repeat after me. I want you to know that you are safe, you are important, you are doing well even if it doesn't feel like it. And if you receive this, say, I am. I am not alone. We are together in this moment and in this energy. I am capable of great things. I am great. I am creative and resourceful. I am loving and loved. I am deserving of all the things that excite me. I am good at making decisions. I am a work in progress. I am forgiving. I am respected. I am doing my best. I am grateful that I get to keep trying. I am unique. I am open to seeing things differently, even if I don't understand yet. I am learning to let go of fear. I am willing to let go of anything that doesn't serve me. I am. That's all that I've got for you today, darling. How are you feeling now? I hope today's episode was helpful to you, and please feel free to save it for future use or share it with someone who's going through a hard time. I'm sending you all the love and care until next time. Mwah. If you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it, please share the love with a friend or two. I'll do my very best to keep things fun and interesting for you all every single time. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I hope this leaves you smiling and in good spirits. Blessings until next time, and don't forget, Kerr loves ya.
This is grown folks music, baby, and I ain't afraid to say it. Said I'm trying to be polite now, and I hope I get it right. If you ever had the notion for some loving and devotion, I got that magic potion, and I promise you it's harmless. So if you wanna roll, hey, I'm ready to go. And if you wanna ride now, baby, ride. That could be so nice. If you wanna see me, baby, well, this line here's important. Forget what you've been thinking, and know that love is harmless. I know you're scared of all the ghosts that's in your past. Relationships gone bad, and the ones that didn't last. Well, I can guarantee when you reach out in the darkness, this house was never haunted, and I promise you it's harmless. So if you wanna roll, yeah, I'm ready to go. And if you wanna ride now, baby, well, that could be so nice. You need to know you're the star on my red carpet. Forget what you've been thinking, lady, and know that both paid our dues. Highly explosive love, but we chose to light the fuse. Let's take a cruise for two on the waters that's uncharted. Forget what you've been thinking, baby. This love will be harmless. So if you wanna roll, I'm ready to go. But if you wanna ride now, baby, that could be so nice. What kind of fool would throw away a fortune? Well, I gladly take his portion and show you love is harmless. Woo! Ride with me, ride with me, ride with me, ride with me, ride, baby, yeah. Roll with me, roll with me, roll with me, roll with me, ride, baby, yeah. I said, with me, lady. Forget what you've been thinking about love. You ain't got to worry about no ghosts getting hold of you. The only thing bumping and grinding in the night gonna be us two. I hope these walls ain't too thin in this apartment.